Chemical reactions, section 2.6. We are going to begin talking about chemical reactions and how chemical reactions are set up. For a chemical reaction to take place, bonds and atoms have to be rearranged to form new compounds. So in this example, we have two hydrogen diatomic molecules and one oxygen diatomic molecule that are undergoing a chemical reaction. You can see they break apart and then they come together and form water. So bonds are broken and formed between these atoms, and we get a new product different than what we started with, which is water. Chemical reactions are indicated by a lot of different things. One is that a new substance is produced. Some of the following changes indicate that we've had a chemical reaction. Light or heat are released, such as fire, or something gets warmer. Production of gas, as in bubbles that you can see in the test tube right over here. Formation of a precipitate, which is being shown down here, where we're adding two liquids together and a solid is formed. In this case, it's the yellow solid, and it sinks to the bottom of the test tube typically. And then last is a color change. So this test tube is also showing a color change, which is an indication of a chemical reaction. Chemical equations are just sentences of chemistry. They show what we start with and what we end with. And some examples are word equations, which we'll be working with later. This is an example of a word equation. This is a formula equation. You can see that the words from the top equation have just been transferred into molecular formulas. And then there's also visualization, where we use drawings or diagrams to show a chemical equation. The different parts are the reactants that we start with. Anything that we start with, typically they have a plus in between them. The AQ, the S, there's also L and G that indicate the state of matter. AQ is aqueous, just meaning that it's dissolved in water. The arrow indicates that this is equals to, yields, produces, makes. This comes right before the products. And then the products are what are formed in the reaction. Some of the symbols that you need to know: yields, reversible reaction. Reversible reaction is an arrow that points both directions, telling us the chemical reaction can go both directions, meaning the reactants can form products and the products can form reactants. An S, like we said, is solid. An arrow going down is a precipitate, meaning a solid was formed when two liquids were mixed. L is for liquid. AQ is for aqueous. G is for gas. If you see heat over the yields arrow, that means heat was produced, or we heat the reactants. Also, if there's a temperature above that, that tells you the temperature the reaction needs to be happening at. And if there's a formula on top of the yields line, that means there was a catalyst used.